me COVID.
I don't know be akotwo. Yeah, ebibeo. Ebu say krata na se Daily Graphic Truth and Accuracy every day. Wetwa akane Swaziland in the Kingdom of Eswatini hene enfoni ediaba King Maswati III aba be pie oman mu na ono na ochia mehu Ghana mampani John Dramani Mahama enfoni oha yo ochie ni bawa bawa mutaj Joyce bawa okay na omani
o introducing the ministers ablakwa so na boro etai gina no ho ano
yeah na we omani ana
we
kwachofosu nten no mo mana kwa ba fefe ewo Jubilee House na ewo free ho na nyumbe na obebe pie mu ewo asantemantem komase a oba betoa na dwumedi eso na o say Africa needs more internal trade. King Maswati espouses at Ghana visit. Eno enwasem kratai abonho amane se ohene no waba asisi a wo ba na ode nana instruction abehye so ewo asantemantem. Then no mo say na yire mu 15 no omumran no
nhwe omanim no omo nyina bai
na we fu
omo nyina bai
ba ko pele
mini so say na yire kwade ade no some lines lady be say we dey chika makama pa I high crew the bit version in him I
the man in here
a jurisdiction law in the mradie a year more within your jurisdiction yeah give this yeah santa remember there you not show him it's the boys on the yes all 15 virgins
how many 15
no it's a wives no kwa and what 15 virgins omo dia omo nyahwe omo jeje no jeke
omo virgins nso kwa no pe o ena me no wo fa asifo edi komo na me say oba be pay yire ba ko campus o say e na ye mpie o ye be hye de ena so oba room to room what ye be journey oba fie
thinking Maswati
ena so come pa
almost 40 years no ya brand take to akra I would ne papa de
fine man
okay nti enwasem eno no Parliament approved President 7 nominees to Supreme Court and so a judge for a nominate mu anase ya pa omo so omo Supreme Court enra Parliament aji omo atumu 80 convert 70% Ghana debt to grants and so wasem e wakata ye ni na fam MPP's flag bearer election timeline sparks controversy Akua Otu ways in Kwesi
in Maswati the war ne itinerary that's what I was trying to go through right now. That was in dry yesterday Tuesday and the 25th and then no just over coming here about 10:30 back with Shayura na face over call a museum also so be checking museum near the day and call RCC led by the mayor Kumasi be be din ma call RCC we could share regional minister and then activities no kakra no e be na se ehunhia sa na ma ya na gofo ntiaza ade na obi ba ekum na ya hu dedi sa if I saw na was
what is the fuss about this
it's your band but they are forgetting that if it be bilateral relations that bilateral relations ehunhia pa we say we share foreign policy and
foreign policy
also foreign policy diplomacy so you know there's animal we na eboa ema omani nkofa no ha ekoyi of course I mean that's how it works it's a bit you know that's how it works so chine be Ghana pe bibi wo obukroma obetimi aboa yen and we check here and rather me check in the history kaka it's very powerful on the chrome in fact it has veto power exactly on the president so it's very powerful into what by in for so back no so chine bi na say bi here bibi wo mo ho a and I'm saying no what side relationship no chino e be easy magana for me yen saka de Ghana here man nti yenye two no bebere nti say fan na for no more and until even at the UN no about the vote now we oftentimes stay neutral because one person to abana kwa ha and as ato akwa exactly it's Ghana what share voting partner oftentimes they stay neutral yeah stay ni and nothing na Israel ambassador no bufu ye say adentina we ni yan kebi Ghana yan kebi they go kebi say not na you go pay bia no be am maya because more allies Israel for no allies that allies for no show more kasa etia Israel for cold war thank you Iran for now so show more kasa tie Iran for no it do tend to pay bi ko bi so na say on Iran for no ally na say on Israel for na ye fa ma the Ghana be stay neutral it's no papa wa ba e na kwaba Ghana for so that had a hide the camera on explore na you say catch say on find investors so mbra or banner on find investors in enka humbra and so ba be say kwa on kakra on farm to into we can honam the bc na fi parliament and another parliament I the brutal 7 judges no in fact on record at the committee level the NPP phoning now on record you find two record no so omutitia but in parliament in man say even at the committee say 2 tiawa and say and 2 tiawa the report has to still come back to the chamber for all the parliamentarians to debate on it and equally vote and no debate here minority for no they abstain from the vote but majority for no a vote here minority for assembly very simple say John Mahama or person pack court no or change be 10 exactly and also the omon penny you say yeah be 13 or say 12 at the Supreme Court no
MC 15
and none of me correct we no say
president for 15
I'm say o correct say 12 e be a tie
okay
e be a tie ha it offer 2 bi na me so offer 2 bi anko o de obeso o ma approve ya form kan ha o ma approve yo they are still there
no so person park court na e na bi onya
10 exactly okay njo o ma de o ma kon send them call for njo tena bi panel court na say 7-member panel na they are by unanimous decision say John Mahama constitution nka say consecutive term and no know obetinya call another exactly afema can made the point clearly and ra e wo ho
na no ba na say referendum ne be na yakọ referendum na
say be free be
constitution interpretation exactly into when the interpretation the
parliament
yakọ referendum na yakọ tell ya
sana be it no ya approve o ma be sere o mo ko benchi omu gidi in fact kofona nim what they can do omo nko boa na Supreme Court image no enko so embo Ghana for bilibisi wa
menka kimuswati die ni bi kanina oman ne Swaziland said o kan na dey akodo Eswatini na woni mo population 1.4 million by just half of Kumasi kra nipa ne no so enti so man say no so more resources na che sika no kra ebuso over enkrofo no nti owo mmoa bi a obetime de aboaye na owo so de obesra wo a
say come there
unsa sa man so southern part of Africa ho no Ghana fo nhye dan tanko obekọ kwa no okọ South Africa proper na unsa sa Eswatini ni so a state within South Africa South Africa anti yamana kwaba obesua bibi wa ha yenso ebesua bibi afiri we no ne contingent ba na nya seketwa omo dressing no ne side de ya na wo mitewansi nti papa yi awo ba anti say ya no yi ne basam sa wo de
no I'm just say no na mu I'm just say no
mo dressing say de me wo so ayi bi da
say ano
omo dressing ano no no frana
afa na bodyguard no mo
say they say mo
ntuma ntuma material yamana kwaba ebe Kumasi ne asantememu yebesua bebre firi ne ho no so yebesua bebre firi ha e de akone memu eno achi ne nkomo e ho yebedi e na Kenya fo ade sorry Italy fo no so ma convert 70% of Ghana debt to just omo ye ne sa o de usika bo obi bosia na akone ni pakro no onya no wayi weni banks kra se ekoba debt Kwesi meboa
it's not a good image
no
but it's not a good image
any good image mum obi obobosia wontua de enche se wo ye kadibu
yeah it's not a good image
bank crank or the back of bad debt ye ni bi any say kura ye keka say postpone ye sika tua kura de akọ next year was 2 nti Italy for ne hwa em so omo de yakonta emmoa omo nti omo de ache yen
emfa
deep within yen so mpanyin for be ye omo de ebe yo mo de say de ache yen but any good image say de Kwesi ka no next time no de bia wo be hia nipa ne mo apa no okwa okase oni bia wuntime nya ne hwe na MPP for any of flag bearer election timeline no ye me nwanwa pa se ato abawia busumi nsia chi na enkrofo esan ko de obesen kita franka na franka no utu de abekire hwan said your omu behave to said ye election date no dia bani mu say by close of a few years so next year na beto about e too early for them ex-president Kufuor no na mete sa asem bi say bi the picking of time ye wo bre a party nhyehyɛ da ho edu da say ya wo parliamentary sa bre we na abetimi wote so na wo incumbent kura wo ni right say wo campaign to advantage Kwesi da party mra ayesi a left band say dey obi etimi campaign but say dey omo ye na say panyin ni fie obi a ye dey opɛ panyin ni fie enhye omo ani monyam na dey me kan na panyin no na me sen repeat ansa na yakɔ next paper ne so say wo be ye dede wo ho no wo get on nkrofo nefs ebe kakra na ho aye enti mumie no na mo ahwere di kan ya mo di koka nkrofo be yi mu nyina si nkyɛn na makɔfo bi foforo
bi foforo afem di the Chronicle to also the spear of the nation, the 3 pillars of Brian Champion for Ghana's transformation. And no ever crata ye nimunti, a winner crata now over to any pillars in one sem, and as a pillars bang and one sem, and a Chronicle can one sem anupe, Ubenya ever hona, and Ramuso Buto or Sofu be and Brian Champion, or Sofu the Presby, a East Nadia, who is Nadia, or say Presby, and a sorry. Wow, but pastor of Fufobia, I say. We call film ye wo to presby na wa divert akwaso nti presby so for penny edinsa gunu so ebompai ema no say Brian Champion I will start with Almighty God and finish with him. Okay, that's it. We want Edichum as MPP flag bearer. Kumasi Traders tells delegate the quotation so asia Brian Champion so the
Hill Presby General Assembly a moderator office ne wo Sukuku Hill enti okọ hoko bu nkotodwe mimi hu ne pictures ni bia obutu former moderator ne General Assembly clerk ne mpanyimfo ni bi e bompa de ama no sa na tie na Kwesi bi sa se internet se ba se fo endorse ana and am so obi obeko bi akwa e bompa ya ama it is
no was a receiver question of design
I mean
yeah
say na open no masemati and am so sure say but you weren't wrong yeah right kwa me kwa ka me so bi say
obi betimi
as say president afo agina to mo
nse wona me kwa so say me president ni na me be pe bi ni ma ba
OSP ye de makisi no okwaje mpa ye wo president of ko ni kuro mo hene ho okwaje tumi ansa na obi fi adwuma ase se ebi ebedu ba bi no obe stepping on toes o mpedwan ato ebi ase adwuma na opese wo ye nti Brian akwaje mpa bo moderator ho ye nyina ye bo mpa ye ni bi ma na obi obeko bi anso mbebo me ye sure se ye ready to so kro ye Church of Pentecost ni no ono so beko Pentecost so for penyin ho na wakwa kwaji na yi na Proverbs 3:4 no was so you will find favor and good success in the sight of God and man anje so obenya ni munyam onyankopon ni nipa enchen o kama mu mienu nyina
right no kama mu mienu
so nyina the same mission na mu nyina the same mission
the party my main choice party no issue state my catch on say omunjai sa meeting no moyen they share MMDC for the chairman they share omunjai intina omafre omse ommbra jomo no mbekasa and that meeting essentially you catch on say
July meeting
you catch on say hey munjai sa meeting here because the party hasn't officially open campaign na omo ye trika di atem ni nyina party no say obetwoma so for abronye party no asamono so ombra Saturday July.
Oh, same wo pa.
And no so beba. Na ma men ka say Brian of course, e be man akwaba. Say what tiesim, obi en medu what tiesim. Na me hwe ntakrem ekua. Bonne dey to.
25th June.
NPP presidential primary. Brian involvement.
Obi police surprise.
E be call one of.
E best me dey cry dem say one guy obi dark horse e wo mu. Obi tie frechi. We need the I because the sure Baumia is still more like the favorite. But only 50+1 is sort of cross the line. It's it's all the same. Even NPP people are. You see, there are people. There are two factions. There are people who believe that the party needs people with integrity. And yes, sebi. Well, we need to
and our Wuska. Omo pe ba mi asem They don't super Brian and they think that say Bamye Niwa Brian should be the one to lead the party. Almost and no, you interview her. The former DC no or catcher say Uti Brian. You can clearly tell, and it wasn't the first person Martin Sasson if you know. Say papa or what information.
What just say? A crowd MP or school way. And so Quachimota primary and or corporate. Was say you can't stop listening to this.
Exactly, because you see,
who said I didn't know that
before now I said you to me say the man has solid ideas. Sakanya Baumia and I care bar. Like probably you could have him. It's in me. I won't be surprised at Brian. I see member date him tour. January 31st in the ban. I'm going to now. Brian's involvement would take the party to a runoff. A
runoff on the bar, on the
happy birthday, Emani Passion Way. Happy birthday to you. Nana Prempe Okoji Abo Eduhene, we executive director in charge of mediation and arbitration, consumer protection agency. Happy birthday to you. Nana Prempe Okoji Abo Eduhene, executive director in charge of mediation and arbitration or consumer protection agency. Now what fast for no so ba ku di ne birthday. Oti manu. Oti manu ba ku edi ne birthday. Ti happy oti ajenkwa. Ti happy birthday to you. Funwell or set to 2 insia apia. Uko school Baptist International School. If o papa is ora or say prince or set to 2 na oye news editor Holy TV any Holy FM. Happy birthday to you. Funwell or set to 2 insia apia. Uko school Adom Baptist International School. Behina si if you papa Prince or set to news editor Holy TV and Holy FM. Any bushing now or I say yama happy birthday. Uko show now
we feel Regimano Walters Hall or a soft for madam for my old time friend. Where so for Sunday in-law birthday. Na say the dindi mame Letitia Anefi. The mame Letitia Anefi Antility. And there wa woda wo son-in-law say Omao a happy birthday. And of course from all of us I walk or your paying now a happy
what's so the woman meal?
Of course
mini birthday. What's so the woman meal?
And I age now is so now it is Kwesi Asiedua the Ghana to say it was so me edit na na.
Ghana ehun komo na no pay bi sa Ghana te sen mpotamo mantamo wutimu ene baby a wo no area no eho te sen anope civil society organizations ACSO se wo Ghana ha abo Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection for eko abaso se wo mo say affirmative action law ya se ma dodo ye de mo beko enoma mu nanam so ama ema nso anya chefa ewo oman no enchechire ne democracy ye pese ye build na eko nanimu eyie no yam fam mra ne mra tenten na ne wo sere se mra ne kra ewo ho a na adwuma ye na akoye nya ama ne gender equity ewo fom enu nti aban ne hwe no nka ho asem akwa se akosi sa adwene ama CDD Ghana ede wanam sifo koi masa affirmative action law ye no omo de wano akotumu ebi na wogina so the LI Act 1121 no ene ye nyina so nam so hwe se wo se ye ma ebeye emra yenkohwe sede nkomo no ekoye emra
the social abefo social media nti bibiu de to wa na eko social media Ministry of Gender omo making use of social media ni omo se omo ye no omo fan to ho sa affirmative action act implementation enye ministry no encourage nyina ye ka inti ode se wo ye dwuma bia inviters keke yenso ye meeting because ye tia definitely the beko Ghana for say Ghana for say na ministry ni yes say omo be implementation of affirmative action.
And
Without your satisfaction. Okay. Bill near passing in July 2024.
Sure.
By this year, in case systems nina edaho. Besine, yenyante, and nena, and can frame meeting a cranky, and can to say ne coso. Implementation go slowly. Imagine Sabu Yitina Parliament over 15 years. See, another 15 years, implementation, a huge problem for us. Gender equity issues, a broad issue, affecting inti mestre President John Mahama, mestre Vice President, mestre Gender Ministry, Parliamentary Committee, say, Yankee Kaya. Because this slow pace, no, a hard kakra. Agenda 2030, Bagana ya signing be Sustainable Development Goal 5. 2030, our indicators are measure. Inti 2030, Basisiano, saying, and I be reported to UN. They are signing a bill into act, and so what? Then you me in Tianki Kaya.
To fully implement the act, work has started on drafting a legislative instrument. An initial meeting has already taken place between the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection and the Office of the Attorney General and the Ministry of Justice. There will be a broader stakeholder consultation in the coming weeks to fully enhance the drafting and ensure that the needs of all sectors are met.
We any affirmative action home nkɔmɔ stakeholders ko hyiaye ya CSO sahodo ni nyina CDD ni omomaka de wano kɔto mu bi na yetie nkɔmɔ ye wie say ye bɛkɔ ahoma ne so na ye ne lawyer ni ba panyi ba ko Mrs Sheila menka premo di nkɔmɔ na ye bisa no sɛ wono ye convene nei affirmative action ne law no ene emu nsɛm no de omo hwehwɛ no ye duru hɔ ana still aka bibi a ye bɛyɛ de aka ho. Auntie Sheila, Oyerepa TV suni maachi. Ebusuafo ye hwesa yen sabe ka Mrs Sheila menka premo ya affirmative action law coalition oye convener ewo mu. Ye bi sase affirmative action no ekra enesen. Ye nyina ye nim se ema ye kra na ye dɔɔso. According to National Housing and Population Census and Population and Housing Census no last one ye no di adanse say ema dɔɔso nye Ghana nko wiase nyina. Ema dɔɔso ɛkyɛn emema nanso ebe di bremu ni nnwuma ahodoɔ mu ani emu nkyekyɛmu a ya na emema ne tai bufa ema ne so nanso ne sɛde nimdeɛ esi kɔ ɛne sɛde nwomesua edi mirika no ema ne bebre na nso educate omo ho papaapa ya ɔba bi wɔ kora no a ye kɔ sukuu yi bebre twifa mema ne so ɛwɔ desuam ɛwɔ classroom na so nipa saa ne bewie ɛde ababɔnten na sɛbe ɔyɛ ɔba nti ye bebu nanim tia ana nso sɛ di bre fata no ye mfa ma no ana ono obema kura kohyia ewa adwuma mu a adwuma kro no ana omo ye nanso obema ketua wo soro esen oba saa de ni nyina no ewo se yehwe na ene yi se de wiase no ekɔ no se gender equality ana equity no ye betimi aka ni nyina de abom na yaye adwuma no amana aye yi oba kase wo ye adwuma na waye aye ni yi a oye emeho te papaapa na akatua ben ne abasobɔ ben ene fata sese nipa no obenya Parliament kura ekro no enkobo bi betoto ho mfie bi abesene twam se ema no nka yema wo mo bibi a chese nka omo ne mema ne na ekogina de nenso nka ma no sikatue mu ne saa neoma no nka yengum kakra emfama emema no nenso behwe no na eyetumi a yenyina yekopre nti na ama ema ne nso kura ho den ewo fom ese mema ene ntoto ho a ewo mu ye toto ma ho oba wani eden kakra bi wunye baifu a na kyerese bibi enene wo ton ho de ma emema enti nso bi na wuti na ade aboa wo ya wadwuma wunim ene se de wo betimi a conduct wo no ene de waba bedru saa na nso nipa gina ba bi a na ye look down on you esansa wo oba nti ebi kura ti meka se oba dibre na wanya no sebe wo ton ho ma mema hwese oba akora nam ana obo ne bra eye na adwuma na wasi dan a opɛ atimu ana watɔ ka e fatimu obi adwene ne sɛ obema na atɔ de ama no saa adwene ni nyina na wasi yi free ho na ye ma saa mra no eye kete a ɛbɔ ɛma eyi edie ho ban ya ne saa ne empower women na enoma bebre wo mamu a ye betimi ayi adi apia ebeso man ni mu a ne nchichire ne beye mre kra achense esan se ma no ne edoso nanso ya ne ye hu ne saa ye kwa homa so busuafo na ye ne Mrs Sheila Mrenka Premo ya wo ye convener Affirmative Action Law Coalition edi nkoma bisa ne se ba bi ade na duro no omo pa ne saa ana ye nya intimpanifo speedy up Auntie Sheila Oyerepa TV suni ma che good morning.
Good morning, ma.
Me pa cho ne o ma te say
Nyame adom bibia ye.
ye da nyame ase eda wase nso se ye bo opunu ma no pay waje ye so Affirmative Action Law any hu komodie ye te say last year ho ba bi ne pass mre so far emra na ho ode ne say na fia say ye adwuma na
That's it. And see, emra bia ye friend 20 Gender Equity Act 2024 as well. Last year September and the Chinese law that law. You have to say a year to my paper. Now, yes, yeah, not there. And then, what? I'm a penny, and we remember a advantage on a private sector. You who say a bar, you know, it's more tenant of, even though I would say that population, I don't think, because say a parliament. And if I were on 206, better 40-41 and there. This is ready a bar at Kanyama, man, so to me and young penny yet. If it is September, everybody, anchor by down, get me a say anchor. Yeah, that's all. And I get man. If you have to say a year, is to you say. Channel and said that in Yedi Kaino, and said, you better a body do what a friend center. I'm going back to that what for Ama. Yes, she said, one to get a fair of the one said that end. It's the summer. You might say, well, you know, stop the Saka. It's just a minute. And run also expect, as I said, the council run will be effective instrument. And our regulations have either and run off as of them. Me, I get you, man. And also, that is the one more bubble. Yes, with I. You know, so, and by that. Very sensitive by is that we are entering to say we are to I'm not a man to the bay to see Kakra.
I see. Yet affirmative action and one some na yesusa aye ko school na so be si na aye da so e ka ho asem e de pa na uji di se e delay ananso se e sisi kwan emma e kwan ya se mra ne fa so eye na adwuma no etumi ye na adwuma saa
Pinu emma de prayer yes ye no the parliament na yes that e ba that eduma in country no se abana the boss is ni baba no ne eduma o ka se man pa ye no ye le pa se mari ye le esi ma se o ben ko be ne se ase that se pa se after the minister pointing him for ye eduma ansana o me aho aye ho eduma ni na e manyama se me kaya e se minister for gender no get very much no so e kwa no e kwa ni se o ye ni fin e ka am right there e be e hu no pa it's kwa ama me I had the nyama aso and I ama ta ado ye
ye
ado emma nyama ba ya tse ni fin kakra and mo boy gender equity dynamic. My elite for point to Umunya approval there. Number one. Executive instruments, so I can't. And also my committee, almost after check my strong Emma, the manifest, yeah, Juma. And she did say, my cry, I didn't say, we were catching the space of the Lord and said, yeah, Juma. You say, yeah, share appointment out there, appointment at home by we say, if you boss out a pay who do, our more put the sending in our book, some step. Omide nyama betu to home. I start to say age.
I see. Yehwe ekwan a na affirmative action e wo msa na mai but ne edidi ho nkoma emfie bi a abesene kro eno ene de sesei ye ka ho asem a afi de ye beye ne mrakete ananso se mra no ebeye adwuma e wo man no emu a na ne wo twakan bi ana na nsonso ye kakra edantem ana legal backing na aba no a enkrata so ene ebetimi make the difference.
Oh, Emma, and several Emma for policy. Say, as a man, it's the policy.
Yeah.
Policy strength by the fact. You see, the year 1980, and I did policy by I don't know the policy, but I'll make the S2 home. If you said, now, I'm not yet United Nations. United Nations also 1995 conference yeah. Now Assemble so a very big power decision making. Who say I don't know about in a UN the policies yeah laws emperor 1998 that cabinet directive and no we pay house education unit about education because we move say about education as a ma as more about secondary school every we are kept from yeah we should be one now we wa o ma after me ma oba no enko ni that have Akua we extra opportunity for higher education secondary school there I'm Randa, but this is assembly. This is assembly. This assembly. Members who are elected, they go to start again to buy a wall. And also, and now, what is it? I'm going to exercise about at least 40%. And then Yama problem is that they are finding that it's almost only the policy give us. What almost a man expect. Before Kolan school, or Bani Bema, Pano, upon school, other years with the grade, so that chance is that extent. So, no, so many shady trolls there. If I you for me in the school, and call university. Not a man will not, as that hospital. A second now, or Bani at night. No more, a man was home back. The policy is very well. Policy, law, and yet the state law here would classify say why I want to get this policy when this woman is being necessary. We can not so now who said 2011 and who said that policy no or what here the year you are the who has say a big answer. And she said she has given to get by the and respect and your proposal for register and rank they want to be a tactic. When you must have the 11 no, and yes, a move every share no more special and so on proposal for law a year almost 30% to that. So you know of the random echo parliament October elections in December in the Ba some we echo 2024 it's a party for and what you might get here and I want to also be a part just one about part of the government here the one you say it's a bit again run for my here on the couple no so make it say a part to say that who said that man on the some of the share to what is that I cannot man member I think in the Bibia I want to put that as a rapper okay
I see. Me say wedding kan wa kire say the asem ni nyina ani so etie na rano wo de hwe say de nei ye ka ho asem yi ene enkane de na e ba ye no a ye hwe say na bibi wo ho ana atochew a ye hwe say de koye ni mu ne betimi aye corrections wo ho ana
Baba na ha ko be aye ko be free ministry na kasa NGO that can plan for umina any mayor for the public life not the move for applying private sector what we do what everything na ma enya enya which we move mo say ya kasa ge culture and I perfect one you will send it ya can access hardware and say unya degree ye will ye do how you can say of architecture that about the oton ya do anya to do
na oba so kra to atwere be madam
I will be great so they be great ayaka ini na any nyoma di ni na me ya wo ye so be patriarchy o say it say we ye ni na ka ho aba ase oba bi kwa so ya ya go ma get minor after yesterday na say you want to do what you go far ma me ya ya say that ya wo ho no de e ma insistar to say you should move that degree I know you know that Ghana musha in coming in many acres I think so ya wow yes na it's called about me and leadership roles only now and fine for fire even for cinema and to be in the second to say about that press radio to say two and on do run I don't know almost passe gender equality women's empowerment so almost no more parliament to say yeah they find almost 14%. If you and man start by 2023, to say a man will take 30%. A form parliament.
Okay.
Now, many people, and also more for many. You say, every year, I say, the same idea, but the stress test. Man says, as you said, a man only that it cost you 30%. Say, the coin you can cry.
Okay. And I just say no ye chain ebribi atwamu antishila ye brani nti wadaroma ye du besia ni ada wase papa ye gidi sankomo we enye hanko na ebeso ye bekoso adi bre bia bibia ye ntia se beba ananso se ye bepenchire mu bia fi ho no wo bete ye nka ye besan aba wo na so ye da wase papa busuafo Mrs Sheila minka premo or lawyer niba na ono anso ne convener ema affirmative action law coalition ya ewo my Ghana mu kwan ya ye de ema ebuo ne woni dia wo sefata ewo nwuma mu ebema won na ye ntietie ema fa hodi so na bibia oba qualify se wo se ye de ma no no nsatumi ka nemum ye nka so oyo ba nti wo de sebe ne to akwaje golf ana bibia tisa ye ne sa na ye bre ma sunsum ase ne mema timi ye no ema nso etimi eye ne pa oba wa ben oben che mema kra nti yema ya adwene enko so sa ya sori ne de asedama kojak farmer ya wakofa proko dedro e de abadwa so ene yi weda ni mo aye nwunu na ensuo ne gugu no tipaye ni flu ni cold ne bra nso nie wonya proko da e pamo ne kra box ne to ne twene baabi e ma wode wo ho kojak charcoal toothpaste nso ho ano ane aposen aye nyina ya gye atum calcium ne fluoride wo mu nti eboa bo sen gam no e na tekreme nyina ho ban eja fresh breath e ma wo kasa akokoduro so Pebi to e won kran wo kanhyi drugstore lane na upedodo atu anu afre to free numbers 0531 069945 0531 069945 and 0531 070020 so me sorry me din de Akua Asiedua na edru so your health and lifestyle pese la de aye krado nti ye dane de aka de ama no asomdwe enkamu nyina
nya symptomatic relief omuni mu na ye ya obowa omu ye ya ho twetwe abodew onomu a 3 minutes I was say you free see the micronized powder and I
Kojak Taco toothpaste and so Emma teeth was saying a fita and a Kojak regular fluoride toothpaste no and my senior day a boss no by print to krum ketenkete ne church and to krum ketenkete Kojak P ni Kojak F sensitive toothpaste and also boapa anti Kojak range of products no Ukoja swaya na to be 0531 069945 0531 069945 0531 0700 20. I am can't eat patch and so I plaster a 2 year was say, oh, why now they are telling you to do your sabro, sister, your fataso, baby, wabati, baby, your beer, for the task or a boa malco feature out the tower, yase. I just a tip Ghana have a baby be at all. Or see, oh, here distributors, no one ayajuma, and cryogen chemist at farmer, DM sphere, Kumasi Danny farmer, Alpha Dio, Panacea pharmacy. Kofodia Gapson Pharmacy ni Eastern Chemist, Tamale Malarigo Pharmacy, Takra Diaboko Pharmacy, and a Knox Chemist. And T for 0599 802 0599 802 0599 802 0248509003 0536 334 0536 334 Yedamwase anopeni Reverend Romeo Oyerepa or a minister in charge Bethel Methodist Church Bukrum and a brother Albert Bimpong or a steward Bethel Methodist Church Bukrum na food bazaar ekoso ewo Bethel Methodist na 8 mission faso womu nsunsunso wo e ma sorry no krono empo Christosum ebo Christ in tea. Yada mwasesa no pay mobile betchere ye Christ as be encome. You and to the other kind of Musa Reverend to say, dear na inspire or dear cry man we food bazaar.
Ano pay fa kon switch ya etifu nyina ne beta asafuma. Yada wonyina ase. Bisi dia e kan yen se enye food bazaar no nyina ne se yade asontoto asafo di kan ba wiase ho o kan asomafo nyoma eti mienu nkenkan so aduanan mienu ekoduanan enso na okasafa anima bia asafo di kan ye ma asafo no enyine ye ho ode nkyerɛkyerɛ ode mpaibo ode panu bubuo eni anyokofa ndi hu sesa na me nyina no ade ayeta ye yeta ehia ekyerɛkyerɛ nyame asɛm honhomu yenyini honhomu ede mpaibo ka ho anyokofa mu ehia de honkomo na aka de baako a ohwe sa na me nyina ayeta asɔnta ye na baako ye panu bubuo no yenta anya ho adwuma ndi ye de esie no se afibia no ya anya kora mu baako de be fada baako na asafuma ni nyina empanifo ni mofra mema ni maa nyina ehia nenya yetimi ajeje akekaya no na yesa so ye bie ponto ma bibia opeso obedi bi no otimi ba bedi bi se de be ya se da safo no gina so e fa so nyini ye no etimi so aboa amasafo no etimi nyini sa anti ye de bible mu de edi ka ko so ma safo no etimi nyini ye no se pete safo no so nyini na esa tete asafo na anti na yesi so e be di sa e be fa sa kwan so na yeso ya to se di na aboa ama asafo no djumadi ahoro etimi akonkan
that's Reverend na steward enuane ben na mu showcase enuane ben food bazaar
enuane a ye ho adwuma ene ye fufu ene light soup banku ene okro stew apisi ene palava sauce emutu ene gano soup kokonte ene gano soup then rice and stew angasanso ebeka ho ise enuano me buy no so ni je enuane a eba program no ase
okay enti
na yesanya yenua bi ma na ye local bar e kan ho ma ye ndise ye de ifi ya angasanso ye nyama so bulu ne ho nyama so e kan ho etai echi
Reverend kwan be na adidie ana apron ya mutu ye fa so twe nyamemma ana se adofo e ben wo mo ye ho
edase enim se nipa kuwa edidi bomu no mi so transi asomdwe mbom nti last year ye bi na ye na afie no ye nyanya ye no na pressure na fiti ase ba sofo e da be na mbesa ye besa ye food bazaar yi bi da be na besa ye bi na ye show mu bossa ye be ye ansa na fina ko na wie ye nti ye di dwumadi ehyehyɛ so na ye ba ne sa na ye bie kwan ma obia so bie medi bi free ye ntuaka ye nya bia ha aso na no ani asɔre ma na ɔn betumi sponsor bia so na sika kakra ye ya de ye sɛ obia danu du a do pese odi bia no wa otumi ekɔkɔgye bi edi udi na nso a otumi kɔ bio kɔmu sɛ wa fi sɛ ɔyɛ okay a ho beto ntino ye de bia kwa to hɔ no ma obi bia opese odi bia no enya kwanti nya asɔre ma ko ya so da no mu ni bu ko mbete no ɛwɔ kwan ho ka kwan ho pi tie bie gate ni to sa nipa bebre na etwam no obi atumi wura ho no nso be dibi
unya sorry bakura tibi
otumi be dibi
enti mo baya mo de date ni to abonten na manti ho asem se nka me so be dibi
ya de to abonten na unfortunately say entumi ameduru ha be to abonten social media bebre na mo platforms on there na da abonten da so
emfaso dia mahunu wo dwumadie ho no ebi ne se
kada se last year ni fiti ase in fact me baby am kombia no me station me kombia metaye se dwumadie babo krom de last year ni fiti ase ye hu ye bi ne se one edi kan hye asafman nkran obi asa ne se nya de bia ne ba so se nya de bia ne ba beto collection ko a ne de ba e bi didi sika na yi ye bi di bua ye no yenso ne nya bi edi nti ehye won kran te ba se wo yi mpo a onu se oyi ayaya edu ba bi a obenya ho faso de to so mienu so ne se de bonding nkabom sonko e ba asaf manim eya ye cheche no kuakuo last year ye wo kuo ahuru bebre wo asonim mekuo emala kwaefo sengemafo last year cheche musa to mo kan bo na no aduane no afie de ye ne se ye obi amate for heaven class system na ya so no ya no de bon bia ti kwesera fo nyina eye ko ba ko juada brother kupememeda nti se ya kasi ye ya musumushia tumano ye mama kwanya na ma na mushia organize mo kwamfa so ti bond no eye mo ni wesu nye dia bu mu so a nuado we ti table ho we ti ne dia ho ye di nkomo ne kakra ne ekusu ka ko yanim na afie faso bi kura so e de ban so no se last year wie no eboa ma enya akra minu tinipa bi kura onim nyame no do ya nkofie anka kamera dia asma ankyere no de nanso obedi die no se de kwan obedi di ono adni pedidi di opese odi bia ne saka ye na owie ye na no hoton no se da sapma no ti ejeje nani no owie na the following Sunday no buy some ne ba beso enti faso bebre wo so nipa uro bi kura ebu akura so a woni ameso ba efi se ebi kura na awia no at least ne lunch de ne ho ato no asoma no bi ka je se ewie pe odi ekope ni akoda nya fe ni ekobo ka kono aduane awia yedi de anya didi akoda gya ho nti faso bebre honamu no humu nyina no de braye no ka se bo so a ebetuma nya bebre aka
steward nti said the more they say no mo beta ya na bisa bisa afen manya message information maybe afi bi am how many times
na ya shase and you say subsequent ones no ebitimi atwa so aye but ye no afi bia e say nyoma asesana se ebitimi aye bia twice a year and also a whole dwedi de bre no so a ebema mpenifo asomate but mean say ya shase di enya de ayi twa so ye beto so anaye na dwedi na idea si ye so ne botaye ye pese ye achieve no ebitimi abemu
ye di nkomo afa ye topo no e wo ye na sorry dem ana hia dem ne ho fa so a ye benya ena no ye Methodist Church e wo bokrom mo eto no ema asorema no ema eho eye de ene na reverend ye me ewo msi e ka sorry dem de na minimo bi a enche kra na mini obi di nkomo afa obi as oni nyina akwa asoro ko ne fie ne komo de no fa fom ko fie ho na na pomo ye aduane wo ama no ehye nipa ne trimu ebesi na so bro 10 years enti edidi a yehu edidi si etwe afiri asoda ma akofie na bia wonya aduane bi so na ma obi ya so ye Kristo ne bo abaye ne boa
eboa okwan bebre so eboa okwan bebre so say Yesu edi na chi no oba wiase no na ne bota nyina ne nipa yidie nipa kanko nipa mpunto odro bi kra wo cheche ne du stress no say nipa na kon de onwa no apekwa bi so no ma oduane adi ekwan bebre oboa esuafo no odi na tedu ehun say kon de onwa ofa kwa bi so na wonya bibia adi nti eboa efiefu mo aduane na de eta ye bi no ne friends and ye bosumi bia na ye ye mpanifo na wo fie no mpanifo wo fie a wotumi masoro no wasoma mroye enyini ne yade nti otumi mabiu eno bosumi bia no ye koma no rade didi ani asama no sika besa de adidi bosumi bia no ade a ye bete Methodist bo krom ye nanyam se Methodist church wo Ghana nyina no bosumi bia na fe no invalid communion and the quite ready die na afia ma usika aka wan say at least that day na sin din ade tie sika de obenya ori bedidi na toro bi nso a ye fe bi kindness evangelism na toro bi a won say bi enipa bi ha o mu a aso no tumi bo asa mu ma yanko boa bibi ti sesen obi wo situation we mu mu ma yanko boa no obo ma there was some time bi akwasra obi ne ma ni sika ekoni situation wo mu no na oyare ye bi se bisa no wakọ so to tum se okontimi nyia no yi papa ni nyina ne se na fameko no edin te ya ba sorry awon na especially yempe bi kakra nkoma no sika do koma ne munya du bia just 100 cedis ba no achi ma me no ko ye no ne ho ko to na no ko to no obedas ne nipa be se ngotwe ne ka no 100 cedis pe no enti efiefie mu muwa didi ma bufra bi adi ye bu afofo no ehu hia because yasetre no ye denda ya ho na enipa no wanya pomden a okanya mi asem kire na enyeyi te onya na sumdue no ho to na okanya mi asem kire onya kwa etie asem ade ba no na nyame ya dum so a otunyame tumi kana koma no tumi be sum nyame nti sa setan no se na moto no ayade a ebu akase ewo nipa tetemu eni asoro no enyimu
ti word bia wasam furo bia pese o kafa dwumadie ho a ye ma okwan enche ye mre de beso
dwumadie no se de ne kan dwumadie a ba betina se ti ye besre na se breso na ye ya we de ye ne mo abebo busian de na
enipa de baburo so bia ya ba yisi ye baburo so amoso ba ehio
ye koni na mean say ye koni na na se eho darubo no ye kese na se yesika sem na de ewuram nso konanim ti yigiri se de be ye be bua ma foforo nso ebetimi de omho abebo ewurade asori enye ye nko a ebi enipa na betimi aba bu okrum na nso na bia enye bu okrum mpo na one ye beso na obeti a okọ asori foforo na ne akosom botaye techi ni se ye betwi nyame ma aben nyame efi
Reverend Yemren Masonti ebia asam kakra obeka etwato na yakọ
ya de weka nyina ne se anamotu otesa no eboa me kai se enipa ne ehwe kwan no nkran titiw edu ho na buru ya so enipa nkran do e wo so me fi se nkran do se eduane ma obeso no edu be na ye ho yen because nkran o mantem wo nya no bia ye so abedi ayade a eboa me nya me so etni koyi ti se de ka uni ana ka no ye kozihye nya nkran ne Kristo suma horo aka yesa na ne bia eboa ma asafomat me so nya me yi na ye so ayesem wo besi eboa sorry ye di say dwumedie na eboa mo tumi dwumedie no emi aduma ebekoso aye nti obi so omo abi obetin da boan ya ebeda mo se ebeda panase na ya do Oyerepa so ase seven bae na mo be capture program na maye eda mo se na me hira mo
yes ye da mo ase pa bia contact obi hwe ebia omotimi de contact bia tudwa
first contact is 0243
72
50
45
0243
72 50 45
second
0549 11 75 90 0549 091117590. Eye tell Baboa eradi ejuma. Evangelism kwan baako eno. Aye befa so betwe kra eradi eno no. Anopay yedi nkomo ana ye Kristo mu enkomo. Said ebeya Kristo asafo betum pom nkomo. Ye ne Reverend Romeo Ochireba, minister in charge, Bethel Methodist Church Bokrom, and a brother Albert Bimpong or a steward, Bethel Methodist Church Bokrom. Onomu Tontwa, one to a Solomon Bokoswato, and the Achia Crown, and your boy. And I want to sum by. Miss Medin at the PSC lad, ye change over, you move over. Kwesi Parker Wilson be taking over, or the move cross over. A OBT agenda. Inna desafi emo she encantadios. Adios.
Oyerepa TV, Oyerepa TV, the station that makes me feel so happy. Hey, Oyerepa TV, Oyerepa TV, the number one. Oyerepa TV, Oyerepa TV, the station that makes me feel so happy. Hey, Oyerepa TV, Oyerepa TV, the number one. Oyerepa TV.
Oh, yada obibiase say Daniel bring no obiswa mo hwe Oyerepa TV. Ebe you your OBT agenda, that is Oyerepa breakfast time agenda. Bedin ya the Kwesi Park Wilson. Now this morning we'll call your Facebook app Oyerepa live on Facebook. Like a page, for come and go. I can't in the amount and I don't pay. Now I don't pay some of the doors, so I'm sure you know about MPP. The quest to lead the party. Let me say, and it's for winning about Bemo, 6 months that the NPP is already lazy in book to elect a flag bearer. Or contest the next NDC candidate in 2028. Now, another people will look at what some of the aspirants bring on the table. Yeah, Baumia, yeah, Ken, yeah, Dr. Brana Champon, who yesterday called President Moderator for Jim Paibo, say he started with God and is going to end with God. It's, another pair will look at that and look at what they are bringing on the table. But party issue statement, gagging them against meeting some caucuses within the party. Was a share for my MDCs, the bishop members of parliament, party and ceremony in Koye. They issued a statement making the point that July 3, they'll be inviting all the aspirants. Oma declared their intention so far. I think about 4 of them. And they declared intention about Baumia, Ken, Brian Champon, and y'all said the Chum, Nipa 4. And they declared intention. We know there are others also lacing their boot to. In fact, Adaino has also declared intention to contest again. Now, the likes of Kwabene Japan, the likes of Boache Jakon, Yenim say Kunedo Prokubesan Bebium dia, you're not too sure. Yenim say Osako Tobesan Bebium dia, Use free in the making. Koto Use free, former Kwalasu MP. Tobesan Bebium dia, we don't know. But so far, the Nipa 5 and they declared their intention to lead the party. I am reliably informed, say, Patrick Yabuama, Okanki Central, Member of Parliament as well, is likely to also jump into the race. Jogati, El Hobby, Jogati, Big Joe, but also a hobby. So, I'm later, they declared here, but Nipa 5 may declare no Baumia, Ken, Brandon Champon, Edichum, and Adai in the month. The party will show me. My next week, baby, to have some engagement with them. We spend some time to talk about it. Now, what's the state of your roads? The roads minister, the Abba said, MPP before no more kwano omu jakabuburu road sector ho. And unti kahombe and ama okwana. Also contractors no. That is what was happening because omu nyeskan job contractors neka. So the road projects have stalled. Are these justifiable reasons or not? And I'll pay we spend some time and talk about it. Now, before I have a concept, I'm on Wednesday. They buy a pom de honsem. Send a healthy. Do you know that life expectancy in Ghana is 65? But on the global stage, it should be around 75, 76. It's Ghana, no. We are a shortfall of about 10 years. Because life expectancy in Ghana. I say 65. But on the global stage, I'm saying Tobiano, like Ubenyia to be 75, 76. In the Ghana, your deficit. 10 good years deficit. In fact, this conversation, one of these, I say, it can't watch it. It's on the pay, I'm a kwaba. I'll be boy, and your life expectancy is your cost of kaka. Unume drew, you want to be a boy, yipa. Samakum, I come on the pay. Now, you have a cordia.
Already.
Fantastic. Now, the pay there. What bay is some pubbing in some on your betchen on pay.
Paka, Yabacha, what if for no helpful.
Right.
Now, send an hour in drone, Paka. What's the life expectancy near 65?
Oh, Ghana. 65.
Very good.
But Nanko say yes, 75. Exactly.
Now, 65.
Ghana then 65.
Now, 65 now, Munu Yenya. So the number you drive Mukumasi Ghana.
And also,
Paka. The American was in Ghana, say, and then your concentration, a diner you be seeing the car, but them. It in no be cracker, no take a cat, no the coffee them. babodi nankasa say afina mu ni nyina obekọ hospital no ma ye screening no oni sa adaje no sika kitwa bi ne age no bo ni adaje no de ko tra ho even 3 hours say mun run a test from the trim ko si me na ase eno ni advanced activated charcoal powder ya bayi uni sa adaje na de e ka kire wa ne say menu aba menu abema and then you na ye nyina ye full of toxins full of poison ya by ka poison abefi so say bi obidi poison agwadu anu mu baka eti de make kire wa ne say advanced activated charcoal powder yesu so nyina ye nim say ye ma me nkwan a waka ne hye na ye ma me adua na esi gya so a esei eye ni o so kofi mu nkofa bidie kakra metum se ne ye nim say bidie ye duro till say ye nyini ye bidie na na ya bobo anu na ye de agu vance mi ene ye de lemon because lemon so timi poison pa ne ya kabum ne de afra eti sa charcoal powder we eye vance eyade a me recommend say ese fie bia nya bi se ne dining table so ne mu ka se de e won chine kitchen sanchine wo kitchen na se wu ye aduane a eye den a any 2 minutes now de bi atum sa na se charcoal ye no wa sorry kura wu ni di ye kura empty stomach no wa mix kakra bi water 1 teaspoon now de agum then ubeba be hu say the anti advance e be yama on say e ba be protect your liver ni kidneys say asamba ho a nipa onye nipa biem eno ne afidie nika na ekura body no eti tutumrika sesi a ye kese ina friend CEO no it was 0598 17 97 24 and now say 0244 21 84 78 dudro bia ope biara ye benya bia ma ye won in abundance are part of 4 to 4 a person timi ko all the interiors of Ghana and say yen kran kwa na say nya bi e say kunkura se nyinara because enne aboa wo kra kawa o the advanced activated charcoal e bi kakra gu nsom na no ma it takes away the poison it saves your life it dey make say and your immune system you down there be a complain say uyem obi odidi kakra bi a aduane bi obedi bia ne yem keka no ne yem nunu ne yem sanfro no it is because aduane udi ye no it might probably be say we are allergic to it but unim nye system no ne aduane bia na efa wo ba ye de aduane bia ya no yi wo ho ni yetekrema yi nipa bebre di bia at a particular point it will contaminate all this food in no na also wo hwese obenya vant ya ne bo nya den enye na obo Oyerepa ha promise heba eguo tampo upedudu aton a all pharmaceutical companies drugstores all over the country I am saying says begin to call no men that TV no so no na mun protecting mun comfort mun patem mo area ho because you obi timi fin kran makumasi metobi obi timi fin kran ko sunya ne nkotobi achirichi ni babia the agents of a friend was 0244 21 84 78 the message ka bi ni say at the end of the day now papa will protect you liver and kidney no na boost your immune system there ya say obi o 2 days 3 days because me yare my moson and me dem yare and I say e yaduane na wudi no kwa ma otimi yamoson it is a one nya chako bi anoma no pa then at the end of the day you know then your immune system will also be low at the end of the day so no except protect you from poisons anything poison e yini nyina free bidie de ya ye nim bidie na ye swa na ye nyini ye besi nde no bidie ye duro papa because edua ye bi ne ye de ya yam ne ye de lemon na fra e na ye ka kire o se dan ne ma ne nya wunsuo dan ma ne nya wo drink a wonnom munya ne tekrema ne de o jana obemu odi ne me de sa be realize na obewu enya do sa times ne de do konfanochi a na se wa ben you are going to die eti de make can say ye ma me no ma munyem ne de mo nka ho ye ma me no ma manufo mo nka ho but ye ma ankrankra bia enne usu didi da sorry anopa because enuane ne de from the beginning now start say udi na cause say ubeba koda no one here no what the 5% poison but you cannot see with your naked eyes e do the find so me dem ye fine me fit unya fit nipa bebre say dey fidie screen your body na ye be hu say ye nya fit na de na nam ho at all it me slow me ma me papa to be ma na go school no especially mo spray near ma Ghana had ye say bibia ye nkata ye huni o bibia ye fa ne say nyame nyame asem wo ye adwuma kwa kata wo huni mutumi kata huni a poison na wo spray ni nyina e say about so e so de obi onum cigarette wa wo gina ne nche no wo na e ba so Wow, you police officer, would you like one check cars? Vapors ne free car ne two bunny about police officer. So, what the other mass menare, and Nina and sending no one your kidney problem, no one your liver problem, no one your cancer, no one your tumor. All these things is because of environment and air polluted. It never say any day, the boy advanced activated charcoal powder. Who of you now, Hemia, no messing at that even no so. To Mikana Frey, and ya me frey, you're not gonna have the over 99% to be a because you want the new and and from my home abontin your ball at the city, quantin fee, and no money whom be because you nimsa you protect your home. I brought you mon, Magana, they have one, but be before you got a beer bon everywhere. But your home, near Didi, near Didi, near Dania, sorry, about other 4 movie from your 0598
0598
17 97 24 0244 21 84 78 Asempa yen kanwa sempi njemaka food and drugs board ajatum ebia no bi bebisa food and drugs board ajatum anamba ne wo ha 1.23.12684 it wo to ensuro eye bidia plus lemon and the afra just to take away your toxins from your system. Now one could kidney problem, one could liver problem, one could tumor, one could cancer. Me papa to be my medical school. One someone to be easy to say the young tennis if you know. Now the end of the day, no one ya pum dempa. The party own yaria, only issue bia, nurses can you button cry better. And negana, I'm on for the cancer case or take me or Danico magazine. But no muko chances, Doctor and Baka. Or Nisa Dajano. It's the American Paka. Be sorry for the last time.
Right.
0244
0244
218
476
0598 179 724 Vance activated charcoal powder with lemon. Ababe stay.
Amako, me I say not pay. It's for we there say na we can dey bia no e wo be hia say mechanic shop a check your car engine almost every 3 months no e wo be hia so be nya your vans activated charcoal ni bi and also ama about whole system nim na ma bibia afoso kama e dey amount. So once again e beda eye amakwase uko Facebook app or a live on Facebook like a page you know come and go and they are pay me pacho we na ready na omo pictures no make candidate you know. For those of you who don't know NPP candidates, you know, and so these are individuals Omayo Maguni said they want to bear the flag for the NPP in 2028. Arguably, Dr. Baumia seems to be the favorable candidate because we stand the party Nakia. We stand the party Yakia. Baumia is arguably the most marketed candidate for the NPP now. Of course, Ken Woho, Brian Woho. But what are these 3 men bringing on the table? So na mene Dr. Samuel Edujemfi, or political scientist or Kwame Kwai University of Science and Technology is right on the line. Doc, Prof, good morning, Bacho. Na Bob Designer Pay.
You now swear.
Prof, Prof, you've been following the event. When we say parts no NPP for obey issue statement. We'll come there shortly, but first of all, every 4 years, say, Congress, because ideally, not do you think that the party, we have about 3 years, 5 months to a major election that is 2028? How much a campaign has in Tamana?
Me da say me chia hwefo na campaign dia omufrase entem na you can blame chief actors Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no one mo aka say one mo instigate thank you to a pretext to allow for party capture. The idea was not to reconcile the ranks of the party name. So be to me at the Akura party name sa Kwesi say well be we need to me be if 3 month for 10 be one more department name to aba after 2028. Staff strategy no backfired because on a different platform, I've said it should be apology to another. Thank you, to my own readings of the situation suggested to me that it was not necessarily a proper rebuilding process. No, more person more embark upon to help the party. It could be a leaders to be a content phenomenon 41%. Kwame take a pass no way, won't mean a certificate, won't mean graduate to cry. When you're 41, when so you aware.
Yeah, me aware,
45 focus. It you know, 41 say, nah, it's a trill non worshiper. So fundamentally, there's executives or party no waka. Cynthia make us and say, or man for our party in the moon. What you try and see a for. Inyadia, woman because MPP 41%. Inyadia, woman because of say, opening Baumia, opening Mahama at over 2 million votes. Inyadia, MPP for no debt. Inyadia, woman excited about it. It a quan ben soon and penny for we, I say, bridges are gap. Meeting commander would be talk about well marketed candidates. Yeah, there's political marketing here. The city in the job marketed candidate, but over marketed poison. Oh, over marketed edubone, over marketed idea M1 party, over marketed idea de how be party, over marketed idea how be Ghana. So on the pretext of political marketing, say will be about over and over again here. It's becoming nauseating to me. Yeah, first time me. Professor Vivian in particular, because yes, you see Ghana for them say the be control. Same thing is Ghana for predicam for the camphor, you won't free and the in terms of our multi-party democracy in the Fourth Republic. It the impression you created say will be over time when Ghana for the Amano. Teddy a color see Jacob and anymore beginning to produce its kind, in terms of colors, Sana, you would Ghana for the far because when it's afraid a better part of their psyche or perception. It's Ghana for the Tuabana Manipano and found one in the Nipan Babe. No, within the MPP's own internal democratic culture, said you wouldn't know. Obi Kobi Bako Yamanan Twaso, Eduboy is a classic example. Yeah. Internal competition within the party tells us to say, Upeni Aliu Mahama was vice president, Okoye Olusu primaries. But okay. Hello? Yeah, maybe it's your problem with you. Upeni Aliu Mahama or President Kofo, a vice president after Namiki. Olusu, so let no impression be created in the minds of Ghanaians. No, but Prof, I want to finish on that score because one substantive point I want to make. Okay, me too. With respect to that, so there is no special person within the MPP except that personal MPP for Nangasabe to Omakumemu. Edia to Abamano, no himself, maybe a woman corner. Tell pano betini abwa woman party manako. And even if that person emerges as the leader of the party, he will not, be the most sensible person in the party, excuse my word. But all yet Nipa, Ubekasa, within Yansa, Nipa, what party, and like a Jewish prophet, I cite the case of David and Ahithophel. The Absalom, Ahithophel, David would have lost before his son Absalom because Ahithophel's counsel was very strong. There are two questions here. Leadership is a key. And now, say, party no one in the that is why, in my own reflection, the idea is that flag bearer not can near a party, and a very porous and hollow. We are assuming that the bottom up approach is not proper because Nipa Bakuni such and woman then you pan the veteran party. In as much as leadership is important to effect change and influence and whip the people into line. So man for no MPC leader no, and I mean the masses called MPP, not that few no, won't make me real and that's what made the external. Near what I'm making the masses of the party. Yeah, my member anecdote to be. You need to see this uncle waiter. I speak to this subject with passion. Brevia meeting multi-party democracy won't come on Ghana. Now internal party elections near the even MPPs in particular. Them are coming in the 90s when Albert Dubois was the friend is a candidate for the MPP. The Bobona Santi Diaba community femina a kuya me mame e rule o mbapa compound menka compound ya ne wo ye fie bia menka da you menka traditional compound o rule e wo form e fitire ko sitire Christian na menka tere. I share this anecdote because the chief PNDC regime ni ade no ye peke me mame kwesimi team e no call Air Force ko ye ni nyedwa. My mother is still alive. She almost lost her sight. Which is America. Americans win. People follow politics of this country with passion. History of my way, the Fourth Republic, in evolution, change the Abba, MPP has contributed immensely, pushing for a proper democratic culture and arrangement.
That is true.
In its own internal democracy, you know. And it's only a deeply nauseating and nonsensical in the minds of good people of Ghana. The party should not be hijacked by any individual or group of persons or people. Ghana democracy, quite recent researcher, many Sebastian Palo, and publishing recently going beyond culture, a friend is saying elections and corruption at war elections. There are two constituencies a war Ashanti region leading up to their primary from the Tuaba a year. A fire photo. We have published it in Tier 1 journal. You can find it online. I will tell you this. Vote buying and MPP traditions. What is happening to the party now? Albert Dubois lost to Kufo. Even when he had contested a juggernaut like chairman, now president, former President Rowley. Kufo, your friend is saying, in-law, G.H. Mensah, contested him. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is happening in the MPP today?
The late G.H. Mensah, yeah.
What is happening in the MPP today?
I see. It's a Prof. Even I wanted you to help us do something. You know, Sandy Pami and so we are. And my picking 3 for now. I'm arguably the leading candidates in this election. Brian, Bamia, and Ken. What do these 3 bring to the table individually? And I'm going to say, Bamia is arguably the most marketed. Oceana, he's been in the game since 2008. He was there in 2012, was there in 2016, 2020, 2024. Now he's faced on the ballot. It's Yensha also. I mean, what does he bring with the world of experience and what have he over the last 20, 25 years?
I'm sorry to let you know, sir, in terms of the multi-party democracy and elections now, it doesn't bring anything in terms of the numbers. Unless it says,
doesn't bring anything.
Let me explain this. Unless it says, open opportunity to market himself to the good people of Ghana, rebranding. He has 8 years with Akua Asiedua, the former president, His Excellency. 8 years. The 8 years of service now culminated into 41 point something, 2 million vote margin. It is clear in the minds of Ghanaians, clear in the minds of the MPP followership. Very clear in their mind. His ability, so the change, the electoral fortune, is contingent upon the NDC for beginning to move. The NDC should perform even averagely. The next candidate obey him at Piano, able to me up opening Baumia, fair and squarely. It let nobody deceive himself. It will be an easy match for Penny Baumia because getting a picture of man for Sa and in the Numaka man for him. In short, journalists should stop. You see, when you push that narrative, I feel the Ghanaians are being insulted. It's also we are well marketed on which basis. Ghanaians went into elections and voted against the MPP on the basis of the economy.
I see.
On the basis of the economy, not because of Ghana for your friend is saying a Felicia and before one from NDC. Then the paper I name in the 80 at the politics of issues of time. A treatise of what caused the eventual outcome of 2012 election. We were questioning how come say Omanya and the state have to make intervention. 3 senior high school could not win election. We wanted to test the base of the election. Remember the edited that party affiliation, any other shady reasons of voting in ISA. And we made our own postulation say in the foreseeable future and we contemplated say Ghanaians will vote on both the hard and the soft issues. That was our recommendation. So from 2012 till now, the Ghana 4 are not improving or based on issue voting there. I'm sorry, I need to say this. So if indeed we have been voting based on issues there, then it is critical enough so being about 1%. That must be reflected within the MPP itself. And it must be reflected upon by Ghanaians themselves. Why is he the one who contributed immensely to their victory? On the same count, on the leader of the party and the people voted against him. Okay. There are critical questions to examine when it comes to Baumia's candidature. Critical questions to examine looking at retrospection within the MPP itself. And a big question, Minia.
The MPP should abandon the idea of projecting Baumia as the de facto flag bearer of the party.
Thank you, Tony. I felt to say it was a coup, it was a whitewash agenda. May I sure say I advantage to prep both ourselves for this interview, but I know that you are an excellent journalist, so I'm also enjoying the encounter. But you know, say your read on what I've said since the beginning of these brouhaha and conversations and back and forth. I've said a lot about the MPP and what I think they should begin to do.
Okay.
Fundamentally, whatever I'm sharing here is not too new. A former vice president, a lady partner, to do their first opening on the thank you tour. I was the first person to say that they should do an apology tour. First to say that.
I remember that. I mean, the point has been made. It's Brian, I mean, former Agric minister, the 4th term in Parliament. What does he also bring to the table?
I think that Brian in need on how Kwesi opening by Oyerepa, and I'm expecting say we'll compare Brian. So let me add the two persons together. Okay. Brian Kennedy as individuals. Over time, in my contemplation, they will say set forces and front, can easily come together because ideas need to be similar. In my view, I'm looking rather for a better contest with Brian's involvement. I'm looking for a better contest with Kennedy's involvement. He did a good showing. I'm looking even for a better contest with Dr. Bichum's involvement. Why? Because I am looking for ideas to be traded, and not trying to define others with traitors. Meaning, say, metaphoric crime and affair. Man kofobi me now we are ubi kokan be support to Brian champion. So we say yan kofo no supano. Okay, ubi kokan be in support of him. So Tanechi. What we say this supano?
Yeah.
Mafia any gangsterism I want to introduce you to the MPP. No? That's not the culture and the tradition of the party. They should sit up and do what is right.
I see. Prof, medasa no pay. Right. For that, Professor Samuel Adujamfi, very strong opinion on what's happening within the NPP currently. Now, Obisi men can't change me before he say they should rather focus on fixing the party, than thinking about who becomes the flag bearer. But my point to them is that it is their issue. And I'm say in their wisdom, flag bearer and sana, the other party officials. People have various positions on the matter. Maybe if he said this could be a recipe for disaster, maybe if he said this could have some legal battle going forward because executives, you can't truncate their their tenure, especially the polling station for the constituency executives for them, you can't do that. So when they try to usurp that process now, probably it could fall into some legal challenges. It's, these are some of the views of the people. It's, Prof. Akasa, Akewi, or Sebamia brings nothing to the table in terms of numbers. And American can be before I can forget about me. Because marketing, poison. I mean, these are his own words. Okachemi and pay. It's, I'm studio na fe many Abuja and Tennessee. Now I'm going to briefly. My very own Ewahap and the Anopay Krobia Asante, NDC, Regional Communication Team Member. Nana Krobia Asante, Obabe Dufad Mahama Banono. Krobia, Akwaba.
Miniam Yusu. Now what is it?
That's fine. It's on Kanache.
Me do na menu aba Akua Asiedua say na say oba studio ache pa na me kan says omo frame me ba mo frame dey me ba
you are Feroche wa ha na Prof Kasano na obviously that is in disagreement say no Prof Nyadere it's Feroche or MPP Regional Communication Team Member and na MPP Medical Team Global no or member so. Now, Oko in Shai constituency. Okay, as a chairman of the constituency, it's more in Shai so no. Or when him say Brand Swab Montrobamano as a constituency chairman. I think the NDC chairman of fire, right?
Yeah,
for the NDC.
For a very long time.
For a very long time. Okay. So Feroche, on also Oba a year so on the ticket of the MPP. So Yamia Duma delegates or someone Montrobamano. It was Alfred Akwaba. Number Chobiabokodia.
Nyamiadum.
I've not met you on my show before. This is the first time, right?
With you, but
with me. Oh, okay. That's fine. Now, constituency is a Biabokodia.
Oh, Nyamiadum. Misha so they say a peaceful constituency. Man for friend the elite constituency.
Yeah.
Ye bibia ye ne kwanso.
I see.
Nyamiadum a ombehwe nipa obetimi aye adwuma no mayi no.
Na prof kasana usu ti wona na nyadwe ara.
A prof in 70 bi ho a na no den. The use of gangsterism, these are words, no.
Mafia.
Well, it is in every political situation. Not even in Ghana, baby. Say if you put MPP on the chopping board and describe our actions, some actions as political gangsterism, you're not being fair to MPP.
Let's say you come back to what there has to be transparency, accountability, fairness. Even playing field. It's a major sign and a man for DR. And also so energy problem the ban.
Well, fairness. Subjective.
Oh, sir.
Oh, yes.
Fairness is subjective.
Exactly.
Really?
In politics. Because
wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Oh, yes.
Fairness in politics is subjective.
Exactly. Because
it's obiana fairness and fairness. But it depends on who is the term of fairness is.
No. It depends on the circumstances.
Okay,
for instance, Oba MPP moi, you will group B. I omunkwa occupy a certain position.
Right.
From Nasara.
Yeah, true.
To us, it is fairness. But someone can look at it and say more discriminating against other people.
When it comes to campaigning, when it comes to the election process, and one thing. Fairness is fairness.
The rules
because when you whip people in line, as you've been told, say in the last election, you whipped almost everybody, members of parliament, DC, MMDCs, regional chairman. I mean, almost everybody to support Bawumia. That wasn't fair.
So you come into my point.
But that wasn't fair.
You see, they did all these things, but at the end of the day, they did not break any rules.
Not break any rules.
Yes. Can we take them to court?
You should not find no.
Everything America said.
Na a system na see ye nyina support back na njanka o hwan papa no
enye de kwan so no exactly so it is subjective rules no ho omo obey they have obeyed all the rules but at the end of the day no so omo skew niema to favor someone it to that person or no echo in his favor no because it's fair.
I see.
To others it will not be fair.
Okay.
And my point of fairness being subjective comes to play, but at the end of the day the common interest of the party, and I see
right.
Now, if the common interest of the party, and I now as I say, you jai sign your mana within our party now, in favor ni pebi. Bibi to say top bottom approach omode
yeah.
My major concern is so fundamental. At the end of the day, they are seeking to broaden the base of the electoral college.
Right.
Say omudi nipa beba be ka ho any ade. Na ye kwoto aba no. Eyi ebinom ansa ye de bia be ka ho. It is any nipa na ye de omoba be ka ho no. What would be the essence of their franchise? Say ye de na ba be ka ho say oye delegate. Oba no nipa obe use to sa power no de eyi no. Ye ni dada. It is our power na ade man no. What is the essence of it? They have been disenfranchised. To me, these are some of the things that SSC na ye to no pepe.
I see.
And ya be clear say omo yes anema we nyina to favor one candidate.
Oh, sir.
And to me that is not right. To me,
favor which candidate? Candidate when I'm favor.
Of course, what bodin.
Me mo be edin.
Oh yeah, only prof nkomo nyina na about 70% on Dr. Baumia. Or even 90%.
Omo ye be to favor Dr. Baumia.
Yes, that is the perception out there.
Which you support.
I don't.
You don't support.
I don't support.
I see.
I don't support.
The party is so champagne for no. Aspirant in I'm getting one next week. What as a party man? What's your expectation?
Oh, my expectation and the makanwa. Me say the rules of engagement must be clear and must be followed.
Okay.
Say ye nyina ya jatum say ye party ma. Ye party ma because we are bound by rules of engagement. It say the rules of engagement ne to hwa. Ese say obia di so pepe. Nia when di so no. Ye nhwe ye nyotwe nyi adoa. Ye de aba no betwa ha. But ekoye say asemasi ye no ye no kwan bi so ase wa ya se onye ya eno de kama. Na Obintin koye no no do yi nanim say ade we maka. Mo say any no say party no. That is not right. So my expectation is that ye be mo nyina ate omo ho ase say party no, these are rules of engagement. Ye pese mo ye enema ne kwanso. Na ye de koye.
But Fred, do you think say it is fair? More MPP for say and it's bad barely 6 months. Even your members of parliament, they've not seen Michael Kwesi report in their womb. And into Mulusu election. Some of the even executive at the top level crown, who report on. They see them probably 3-4 people who report on. Because it suggests to some of us say from what the more say more scheming for one person. But the question is, munya hu why Mulusu? On what basis na moko jina so da koto ma flag bearer no onko contest in 2020, knowing that the mama kwan na this bar bembo kwan it's just about 5 months.
Well, advantages and disadvantages.
Me too. Just briefly on another comment.
I mean, say the Democrats. Sometimes I mean me read politics no wider.
Right.
Democrats need a mistake in the 2024 elections. Omo promo ko yi Joe Biden. Omo forso ya ma Joe Biden be omo candidate against all us. Afi omo ko omo anim no. Omo ko hu say ade omo yi nye. So they had to go back. And omo ko re-elect Kamala Harris. Oba eno na ye too late. Trump hwe na pasa. That kind of rush no, it must be done with caution. Yes.
5 months.
Yeah, it must be done with
6
caution.
months.
But the advantage is that, say to me, it gives the flag bearer ample time. It gives the party enough time to correct all the internal wranglings. Now, a candidate I be so when enough time, Juma could say, but the danger now no is such that ya sheni year na ya chechire ye ho amafi emedru bia you feel say in Kenya we muma nke be boy no na you too late. It is a risk we are taking and we must take it cautiously.
So you see nothing wrong say 5 months into a new government na onya kran set on fan on kofo nyina nwie mo be share campaign as just like that.
When you are a party and you are not in government, or responsibility are necessary when the election. If you take up the responsibility early enough for own your money, it's a no the mini semka. Yeah, mini semka. Name no. Choosing our leader this early no comes with a risk.
I see. Krobia.
Baga.
What's in common? Where can you fear some? party in Kwandi. There are concerns about more monitoring what's happening in the NPP. And also, the more, but you know, so they are momentum. The event say NPP to be successful. Normally, whoever becomes the flag bearer on January 31, 2026. I'm also so. Why about the NTEM? Is that what you guys are doing?
Well, it depends on where you are sitting. It depends on how you look at the issues and analyze them. But Dominica and Chia, and run Ken Swati touch it down.
Swati
touch it down as a Timotema. This is bad address. That's not so cheap.
Yeah.
He said, "You were there was it. Ninimapa we are attracted such high level personalities. Ever, Femicia, the regional minister, Dr. Frank Amakwe, name the regional chairman. Akua Asiedua, DCUP take regional. The police commander yesterday. I think I paid him a brief visit.
A big man.
Yes, he received me very fine.
What's our appointment in Mbayo? Still Mbayo?
Mbayo,
because if you came say one of the colleagues came so near Juma.
It's always like that. It's always like that. But you see, sometimes, and you may be saying, when you're careful, you will say something and you give the party a bad light. So if tomorrow you are called for an appointment or you are called to be sorted out.
It's also Kasanaita.
No, you are not getting the point. I'm not saying that appointment by Minji, and I say, I can also equally shout like other colleagues are doing. But you see, it depends on how I want to, present my case. Okay, maybe I make my shout to her and for him. Okay, so maybe I may shout to my shout to the rooftop, and your mama will not even listen. And he has the appointing authority to appoint me or to consider me some way. But I say, so not necessarily. And that not to say the all shouting also is wrong.
Okay.
But no sooner approach no. Yes, everybody will be casting me a top personality be or your mama move. But yes, a video no call viral papa no the next day. And today the gentleman is quiet. Either he's been talked to or he's been sorted out.
Okay. Two things. Talked to or sorted out.
Okay. Until if he say, and you been wrong. So yeah, NDC under the carpet crana. Yeah, about the front line. Giddy said, yeah, no. Maybe I said, and chebe so one you careful so so no. I bet me a quack of issue with the abrobi. So we'll grab your over 1 year, not 2 years. Good. You need to be tactical in handling such of
politics. But it's back to my question. I said,
yeah,
more money before. That must so to
when you say issue no buy and that top bottom approach no buy, I spoke about it on other radio stations and now me concerns you're very fair. Say why this strategy? No, it's a kasa and knowledge and the understanding of how they want to do it. I can spoke about it, but I cannot actually condemn almost outright because one of the aspirants, I think he has been an aspirant for a very long time. Is that Canadian Japan? They say 2024 year. But one person our year attached to them, to the MP.
Okay, Kwabena
Japan. Calling for sir Adiwe.
I saw on Kasa.
Fine, but this is what I have been reading from other portals indicating fine. Maybe I feel was one Kasa good, but you see, unti one Kasa and also me notice to the and condemn me the decision of the NEC or the decision of the party. He has not condemned it anywhere. That not to say, let me say, can the Japan America say amongst the 3 year don't put a 2-way, but yeah, a major contender. And so I can be a material say or no so raise $7 million for the party for this early congress. Or no major contender. If say any people because everyone person the favor about me, everyone book Japan mafia because Brian Champon, Dr. Duchumuno will actually not get to me and match
and Machibia. Oh, but you see, let me be very honest and fair. Baby, Doctor, the professor, do the Fiskaya, Miss know what disagreement and they say Ebia, and yet do our market to be no bit me, but
that's the point.
And you know,
but no, but that's his point.
I'm not condemning. Me say, know what disagreement.
Why research? Or also why research? Why research?
Oh,
no, the data.
No, listen.
Also why research?
Oh,
I have not read the research, but he says he's done a research.
So I can equally also criticize the research.
The whole research, but why you better?
Oh, don't. Okay, so will you listen to me?
I'm listening.
Listen. John Mahama. Starting free on my or the ballot box if me.
Right.
As an Oba.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Right.
It's not about marketing. Professor Mills. Or that's how many times an Oba. It's not the same marketing.
Yeah.
About 4 or 5 times.
Or they were that 3 times.
It's not about marketing. John Mahama. Or only any TA.
Or that's so 1, 2, 3, 4.
As an
Oba 4 times.
Okay. The Baumia Baba could pay me. So some people for fee say, Omo the Baumia neighbor now can say. It's not about the marketing, and then your research, to me, because you are talking about a marketing of a candidate, and I mean more a historic antecedent. And if I do, I'll be about one part. It was with Timberwini, yeah.
Okay.
But you see me as
so are you therefore agree with MB for Nomakase? But when I am marketing a month,
that is your own case.
I don't know. I say when the sound from Kasana Yadun.
I mean, entirely.
But you are talking about antecedent. One more example. Kufuoma,
listen to me.
Danado. So in that case, and what science is to say? Obi no about kwa we winning. So I'm asking you a direct question. Say, by that, are you saying now no more kasa bamia? Wababa kopejo say some man akonya man san baby on e ya adwene.
Me timi kasa me no e ya adwene me no me adwene because me nya people ni and I'm into bad bi. But I'm just stating the facts on the ground.
Okay.
Maybe a fact instead of say canon. You also look at it from where you are also speaking from. Send you know ya adwene na. But obi na your research and all kasa and as an analyst or a communicator, me will say looking at a historic antecedent. Obi no waba one we ni. So in the view of the young people, me feel say but me and Bia or my marketing to wait me about win. You see, my point in say me and this and to whoever the MPP present is not an issue to me.
Okay.
But I will say, whoever the MPP present, even Sabaumiyamba, not Sabaumiyaba 41%. And is it many I just say, make him who crack up your good man on the Baumiyaba because he's not a match. Is he a match?
JM wasn't a match for Akua in 2016, but it's still a massive comeback.
I know me too say. So to me as an NDC,
but every election is a new thing.
Oh,
every election is different from the previous election. And so every election you start from ground zero. Where ground zero means that obi any you shall say afresh 0-0.
And you know credit one
in every election. We shall say from ground zero.
No, I am
telling you, say in every election. It's imagine what you say because you won with over 2 million vote difference. It's automatic for you in 2028 to win more.
That's not my version. Listen to my point, and you will understand me. Me say, on the paper, and officer, you can file for electoral commission. But on a political campaign with policies, no, obi achieve una campaign, MPP campaign on free SHS massively, or maybe I said. The biggest part of MPP campaign in 2024 was based on free SHS
and digitization.
And so what's the point? One point teacher say, excess on paper say, you go file electoral commission, zero. But on the face of political campaign and policies, direction and stuff here, and you know, now Professor Adudumfi Eka say, which I respect, I know him very well, or say about Mahama, to me. I perform averagely.
Yeah.
Candidate to be NDC and exactly. And to hear that say zero. And to all point out say zero near the excess. As Anticasa press, if you open Kucha and the Mia and to submit the party NDC buying, but also obedience you, obeto phone, or the private schools become free citizens, which will roll out or they become youth apprenticeship or the welfare the I sent the reading, but just from 5,000 plus. Next year, 8,000. TBA, and 2028, maybe a friendly pabia youth no could be 40,000. Other sectors from some account. And on the bay, ye campaign message. You have share with us. Oh, you buy ye. And you buy a cassie by
and this is not worried about what is happening now, right?
But you see,
in just 2 minutes in land, mommy.
Let me point in the now, doc, Minia Fred, cousin, okay. Na as was I the Akua kakra. Initially say ideally in channel the bottom top bottom approach na ninyo. It was the BC with cautious. Na say you candidate in terms of so what's the position?
So analyzing the two or make a definite statement.
No, what I'm saying is that then what's the position now?
Only position. Only position.
No, listen. Opposition.
Analyze it too.
Analyze it too. I listen to him carefully. I don't have a put words.
Is it the position? Is it the
position? So the top bottom approach in the nature was that he vehemently says
that is the position.
Position. And all see I with cautions. Na campaign na unti. Whoever the MPP presents. But me worry pan say yes, you will be ahead of us. So yes, you will share how we see analyzing it here. We go when you say send your way. A bit me a deep. Or we a party in government who diagra when you about na cracks no. When say yes, you be a new candidate. But what I say? Yes, you be say you Muhammad we in Finaya. Yes, we are presenting a brand new candidate. And also be in the running mate.
Okay, but to Kwabena Japan, I'm not sure he's watching the show this morning, but the Kasembu, and let me just now make you reference, but there's a story that says that former General Secretary Kwabena Japan has refuted claims that he was the person who came up with the top from bottom approach to elect a flag bearer first before electing party executives.
No, man can't tell.
Now,
he called for early election for the flag bearer. So actually electing a flag bearer.
I'm quoting him. I had a quotation. Say some people who had their own agenda took only the aspect of my proposal that had to do with the presidential election. I keep hearing in the news that Kwabena Japan says top from bottom, but I never said that. Nor did I mention bottom from top. He said, "It's so I'm not going to push this agenda." Or say no.
Anyway.
It's right. But I watched the video yesterday and on my story account. It's Fred, you wanted to come just 2 minutes quickly for me.
Now, my clarify. Maybe
just 2 minutes for me on that. Nothing. You're crazy.
What or the name?
Or
the name meaning a boom. And I say may flip flop. It's not true. Top bottom approach. Me say me support.
Right.
Early elections. And I can say it comes with its advantages and
disadvantages. Okay.
You know the person clear. Top bottom, I support
right.
Because it disenfranchises some people.
Because you made a very fantastic analysis.
Exactly.
What are the trouble? So then
exactly.
And I have made a point. But
and this how
Richard
and this how
because you see your party constitution. Chairman, then chairman can now organize and elect a flag bearer.
Sure.
That's some koi flag bearer. That's some go chairman swaba.
Exactly.
Chairman no babe. You don't know babe. So I get upon that.
And then on the issue of prof, I say he finds it insulting to Ghanaians.
Yeah.
Say President Nipanis
true.
Rather no, it must come with substance. Say Nipano, say and all it's based on that, Yentumano. Nanya say you're presenting a man abeye familia amanunti ato abamano. That was what Prof was trying to say. It's some person meaning I'm correct. And then history, no so on my You see, history, sometimes it's fairness and American subjective. History, they've been making it subjective. Okofa history ni free baby. Niabe can be right. Under the Fourth Republic, Rawlings scored first time or winning. But then say it was a first time for everybody. But when you go beyond, when you let me
Rawlings was at the
when you go
because President JJ Rawlings was there as what is
when you go beyond the Fourth Republic, Now Koshe Buzi and so Buzi about first time he won. Liman about first time he won. It's history in India. Obia between interpreting it to suit himself. It's with that, you know, so history is any money there. Well, we can apply, but that shouldn't be.
But that's a friend. But that's a friend. Because I want to do this thing quickly because and the can say yeah, my NPP for some no overshadow what the national conversation must be. It's I really want to have this conversation because Accra me I drive to Accra and back sometime if I flight and and now because sending me information about FS cry about from the now the minister for roads governs Kwame Abuja or the Abase Aquina na contractors industry is because it's a NPP for Eja Kabebri to her and that there's lack of funds in Nisika. That's why the projects have stalled. So most of them, quite a number of them, who be I mean, more casado, more lamenting, more casa, more complaining. 6 months, why more budget? Why the complaints again? What's your Ghana for somebody your crime? I think someone your crime my name.
Governor, everybody must be involved. You see, who can say now? This is where Miss Minobi agreement.
Sending. I was complaining.
No, listen. At all times.
Fix the problem.
No, listen. Listen to me. At all times, you should let the people understand the situation. Which is the woman say a lamentation. Now you're complaining. Yeah, Aquina store and Koso. Already, me read this here, but he even stressed more on Accra Kumasi. The MPP awarded 350 million without duty, without anything, no money, nothing. The minister of office, Obayeno, who said these are the documents, nothing, zero funding for the project, nothing. No, I'm not for complaining because I listened to Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana.
Yeah.
Giving the minister 4 days ultimatum, or they will stage a peaceful demonstration against the government. And they say, the minister making sure that in 4 days the contractor will move to that because it has become a death trap or a death.
Recently, my driver crowns me come by me shocks in your recently about 2-3 weeks ago.
Me cry. Nam bottom for lupra. Me for country. In the pine. Me just said maybe many can say aspat. Our brain a honor soon. That's pressing aspat. Me I don't communicate like that. You know me. The Etienne Mecca. So the minister,
it's like a minister to buy. You make us say that here, but you need car, you don't contractor because they have budget.
The book and
we say go buy you.
Say that you no listen, but no.
But coming to complain and don't tell us when you come to do the work here. Do not know what the people are going through on a daily basis.
As I'm not okay, me and payment to as you.
What do I say?
I just want to paraphrase what you say. What say? Minister, no make us here. No on solution. That's exactly what the minister has done. And now what's the media complaining? Which is
say, now okay, of course, a problem no. Now what can't say? What's this to say? Oh, Meneska, but I'm a contractor, so when because you can't budget a year. And you can media budget review. Then you know I come myself. Only to come and lament to the people of this country. I think when you're quite a mind. When you come, when you're quite a mind. Hey, Kobia.
Paka and make a be a woman to me kind. I was say,
my kind of
over issues $350 million. Even the Ama contractor and Crabo say $45 million because I buy at the month for a very long time. Finding for you see, there are other politics. Any election, it will come back to it. Yeah, already minister there. I say even about 40 or more court cases. It be a compensation. It be a demolition. It be a access roads.
Demolition
it be a access roads. Be or something. No inhabitants or owners of these properties no. At the abandoned court. No ebetimi delay but oti and the minister say now the marina whatever company na oye ekwan one na kasa so in 4 days or in 5 days time they will come back to site and also answer the second one. First one say ma or no could you over 2 years. 2 what say going forward me engage the contractor. I'm a contractor say in 4 or 5 days or even a week we move back to site. Third one say but me a friend say finance minister Asia I'm one finance minister I resolve say almost start and raise a banner and a finance minister MP's camera no more fan future contractors but your idea assurance being I
don't
want to
because I guess I kind of so if you read the story if you or say for the story says that the Minister of Road blah 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 has attributed the current standstill of road infrastructure across Ghana to overwhelming debt and irresponsible contract awards by the previous administration. According to Abuja, nearly all ongoing. Nearly all. When you want to quantify, you can do about 90% of the road projects are costing you. A story including
exactly
of Anko
because there's no money.
What I say,
you are rather saying exactly what I'm saying.
But
Sir, listen to me 1 second. Yadube general manager be a CEO so Paka my general manager. Paka buy salaries 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. And our workers started complaints. And you buy a supply when you buy Paka. Yes, we are the first thing you will let the people appreciate what you came to inherit. But then going forward, no ABO, Manyas Katakra, me buy Manyakra, Medima, Ebia, me 3 months. Maybe a mom 2 months, but clear the can. So what the minister did is not actually a lamentation as you want to put it. But the minister is clear, letting Ghanaians understand what he came to inherit as a government and as a minister for roads and highways. Going forward, he has also professed a solution. Say me sumene contractor next year. I didn't come up. I'm a contractor and has given me his word. Say ebia 4 days, 5 days. I'll be moving back to site. I'll be a draft no. I feel another one soon say, Minister of Finance Akasa. I'm a minister say, obey Kanapaka Adentina. What do we need in every minister? Now won't share what the minister says as irresponsible on the part of the previous government. Without 1 cedi in the account.
Fred, MPP, we make us a brom team. Because the ocean minister in Kenya, $350 million project. Mom pays Cantor. $45 million. Maripoma Limited company no your pine. I was so much on his cano. Manfred Canamano. It's when this current now, our contract and say, Yan.
Okay, so MPP near Ghana for bro. I say this because in the 2023 State of the Nations address, President Kufuor making it clear and back with documents. Say under his administration, about 11,900 kilometers of roads have been constructed. It be asphalt overlay. It be a fresh road, 615 kilometers, 1,800 upgrading, and a very graveling, and so yeah, over 6,000. When you President Kufuor be and ye biano, ye take you over na MPP for NDC for Pisca was in family. It is lazy approach. I was in Ghana for a petty. Ghana and Ghana for petty, and they say more better trim. Near Ghana for petty and it's a quine ye. It is your responsibility as a government.
But I was
financing.
But also come to a movie so we met your canisa. They are
not lamenting on that. A cab buyer, any you are lamenting. It is not, they were not voted into power to come and change him. They were voted into power. Say, it as part of finding financing for project, more responsibility. More responsibility. Lamentation, you know, a limitation, a expiry date.
But you know the economy is not doing all that one. They say you are setting
if they don't have the no, we didn't
fail.
Say, no,
Masha that is setting NDC for to fail.
Yeah,
the contract. No,
may say we have the record. No, we have the record. We have no. You see, we have the record. Say you constructed 11,900 kilometers. Out of that 11,000, and here for NDC for the corporate gamai. It is a moment take you over. I am telling you, say, if you want to show competence, go and find the money. That's all. But now, because is a it is your responsibility. There are many ways of getting the money. Find which one will suit you. Were they not telling us here about Busendodo? And you Busen being a boy, dear Aquine. One guy's at you. But it is 11,900 now I hear completely. So me say your bobo and your pay.
11,000 now come. And then new roads.
Yes. You ever started before you be 11,000. Now you knew.
No.
Let me say. No. Make 11,900. Then we own us on your money. Make 11,900. Me say. Out of the 11,900. 1,800 asphalt overlays.
Oh, good.
615 new road. 350 kilometers per annum. Enyesika. Enyesika ni eye. Say yeah, asphalt overlay. Yeah, the sika na eye. It doesn't matter whether it is asphalt overlay or fresh construction. And no be sika ni eye.
100,000 kilometer new roads.
That's a new roads. Missing roads. Man new roads. Make we na be cheche mu. As a one to.
Okay.
Me cheche mu.
Okasa adam no yadwe.
Yes. And I make sure say even the 615 new roads na here, your corporate can here. You are here lamenting about 300.
Johnson Copisca.
Exactly, that is what the government should do.
No. Knowing that the economy is struggling.
Now the buying a Ghana economy and struggle. When MPP took over, no economy net is saying nobody come IMF.
No 4.2.
Nobody come IMF.
Dollar was 4.2.
So what I say?
Some come IMF.
Of course, it's what is new. What is new? It is our responsibility. So I'm show competence by going to get the money. Now me too much now. It's your best change say omo ba no money say ya pay go so omo family yan kwan. Is that what he's telling us? Is that what he's telling us?
Is trying to
omo free so
just to confuse
me free omo free. Let's say no meje go say fan yan kwan. Money can say
just a minute.
Say omo free so 2016 no. Let's say no pay go say fan yan kwan. It is 615 kilometers of road now new no. Na musika na apegu ama say fan yan. The asphalt overlay, no. Then just can get here. Yeah, 33 bridges, 6 interchanges.
The time now say yeah.
6 interchanges. No, but and this is going to place go on my.
Your point has been made, Matias. Me ma just 1 minute, but it's before nice actually for them. Wow, kwan no. O minister say, o road minister say. Sika ni ho. Ye engine tum, anama engine tum. Me ba so say 1 minute. With you.
My big brother and a friend Doc is a gentleman. Is trying to confuse the listener with this. Let me put it on record. A coin now, why 650 whatever now. Even initially,
673.
You say even initially, you say initially, there was a minister by local contractors and so because and you know, press MPP before construct 11,000. No,
asphalt overlay construction. Asphalt overlay construction. The title dog,
you still have the time, don't worry.
So the point in the say 650 yen of Omubroshina of Ankodian account. Now it's established of all. Make one Ghana city for payment. So you awarded the contract irresponsibly. Knowing that. No, wait. Listen to me, Doc.
I get a point now.
I get a point now.
I take offense to that word irresponsibly.
What can I say? What can I say? My wife found 673 classifying it as a new rule. But it
was an ongoing project.
NPP party pending for say a year aspirant. Omunja so mu shesho mu ye meeting. You know, omanga say efe wa we declare bia se bra. Na mo ndi ho komo. Mo hwe sa meeting om kwakwa ye. E meeting me ja tweka na party mu na. And then to kwan na enye no. O Rose Minister, ye Gavin Aboja se menkan church se bia ni ho. Afuna ko pesika. Iti ne e nsusu nkasa. Because MB before Bokegu ho. Iti minim se afuna ye ko pesika ko tua kana ya kana siu. Se I don't know. But when the minister na yadwene say ka go nti no na ye kwan no contractors na free kwan no so omuni kwan no so omuni site nti na yam fa kwan no so na yam bresa. Do you agree with the minister or disagree? Man be phone line someone to join the conversation no 0594 192409 0322497264 number CBM 0594 192409 0322497264. These are the numbers to call on the Penafe. You wrap up on the conversation. But send the Brian. Say Brian declared it's true. He's declared. So we're contesting. So now we'll generate something. I'm sure when the party open nomination, he will pick up forms and then quickly contest. Bob Yana Ken any others now on Makahono. Now on a pedia, I'm hit patch with catch all pains all body one and it's all the menu medrobia. But I'm hit patch the tower so keke. I bet you pains in the system. We a simple matter. You should journal or pain or pains that should journal and how we be a tall docs will be a ben will be up. For 0599 802297 0599 802297. I'm going to say hello, good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Yes, I force enough everything. Hello?
Hello, good morning, brother.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. But you're on a pay.
You're very much because I flash on a packer.
Yes, you.
Brother, me say a way a common sense. ABS who you maybe contractor no ya no away certificate no what yanika. Or ya no away certificate no what yanika. So the work could do baby now or away certificate I won't yanika. Or we continue I jumanana.
On your juman.
We a common sense. If you can anywhere, you can work on cry. And one exam throwing 11,000 something. At the Ghana coin in Ampo, you send your construct 11,000 something that are coin.
You can say you're constructing 11,000 coin. This be asphalt overlay. What it means the kind of one is but asphalt overlay. We graveling in our new roads, he said that a craning new a young foot to Quayan Casa. Now you kind come and then roads. It's that's our side. I'm going to corner on a pay. Yeah, hello, good morning. Oh, when to mention us, I'm going to corner on a pay. Hello, good morning. Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. But your first and everything.
Medina ni adum kasafi usu.
Good, yet you on the pay.
Ya nyamin shoni iduma pa mo yema on my Ghana. Na untum kwande no mamunyen duma nendos BBC. Ba won se to de bia na ye MPP impinin for no and I communication for na ya no person mutu no tenko Ghana for so. O kawa asem no MDC ni tena wa kawa asem kama Edwonu nkwa so no beka okaba akwa waka ba okami no waka mi nti wo pese ye nti wo de na de ono ka no ma ye nti enwo mo koi ekai ma buru be na egu wono afi no oman no aban o wo so afi no o ye nyama otutu nyama ye na so mo so ya pressure nkwa aden
Mate, I say my banning pressure. Pressure, they'll say my banning pressure. Now, or yen your castle, but you didn't say. Pressure, they'll say my banning pressure. It's a I disagree with you on that. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Paka.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm a citizen. Because Accra official town. Paka, my main chair, what you for now. Na me tell you for how Kwesi income organizer na John Body ne party point for na. Paka, say obi catch them say and this work catch them say she can ho and ye kwanya mo homo ya mo kakra. Paka ye nim se Ghana ha obi time asase no ni sika odi bisi anka kakra. Enti say me wo odoko na me besene akọ friend say wama kapa na say me 2 hours. Fi ba bia ayi me fi mo dwuma bi ko ayi say wam 2 hours. Na aban no azu oni sika wo so wo ye ne kakra no waye na wo sei sika wo ho di Ghana fo ye nto aba ma wo ya to aba di ama wo obekra kunya so six the mines no wo be ka kire Ghana fo sika ni ho na wa aka no kwa say sika ni wo no tumi no baje wo baje ye den okay tumi no baje ye den because some people go back and free education no ye ye do but ne sika ni wo ye ka say be
me that's it point well made me that's it I'm going to score the zone okay
Pia, one ham.
Madam, but you're coming first and after me.
Maga, this is the wrong way. Me taking you.
Hello, so for me.
Paka, me dem.
Hey, are you so for me? It's your
okay. Me just said there were whom I did. Me boom, mom pick me. It's the producer. Me then the fight.
Oh, so fache. It's you.
But Paka, Minchia John Wood, na minchia na boom is the kumsi. Send me never my penny in the back at and I have a kind. No question me. In some room, a road, no, focus your best. So much as can one of my Jane woman, yes. Let's get more anyone a mobile, and myself say to me $10 in year. That's the kind of credit me as to acquire, and so I am mine. Because the day saw the 5 minutes, do not the 30 minutes to be good and send it and fatter. I mean, I can mean people for saying to Quano. At the end of the day, Nipa Bakuni being Yan Kabum, Nadango, a bit magic 2 minutes 2020.
Mate, so Medasi, I'm going to corners out of pay. Quickly. Yeah, hello, good morning. Oh, Otino. Before just 2 more calls, no, I'll pay up on the pay. Hello, good morning. Mo fra, I'm on team or TV this one. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm a chef and I'm
Yes, Mr.
Abuba, right. Abuba, Ayana.
Abuba,
Kakra, okay, me too.
Paka. MPP for. Oh, we are very careful. So much of me am penning for the so much here. Your better position there 20 years. Then this.
Your call has been put on hold.
Naswako tired. But I think he's made this point. Okay. I'm in for last go in shame now for me up here. I think he's made this point. Say I'm sure we better no position for about 20 years. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Minia Paka Inkemi President. You know that via Boko there.
Yamia do Minia Bema Bako SK Bolas. Our favorite boss.
You. I was doing with the Obuase coffee crew. And I played the better was no chairman MP in so Amame. I'm a chairman former MP on a way Manuel. I was sitting for Dr. Bree. Yes, you can go over Benchiano. Papa, me tell me to send this in say. Send it back. As on pa. No one see a comedy. 1 minute cigar. No catcher or catcher a crime when is a can open say a crime yet. Moses Sikawo. And before his country. And to Munamuya Yesu. Munamuya Yankopon. Munamuya Hong Muna Bonini Mutrim. At the mobile bed you 2 minutes Ababua Magana, yet 2 minutes Amamari. Yaya crying and yet Nabra Baya Emaya. Oga Jessica on the second no better Bansono. One of the camera. And many years cable Latana. And as I'm president, I walk back and as a Copeska, I'm a Minisano. Omunya Busomutubi and you know, Yen said the Suya, Sana Yube, 2028, Pawamia all the way.
Mate, Medasi, SK Bolas. With Bessia, Fred, my mama final words on the pay. Just 30 seconds,
Medasi, my dirty phones was Mechia, Mimpen for a war in Shire so constancy. My MP, my former MPs, Dr. Nane, Honorable can come, and Dr. Stephen Amwa, current MP. Ejina yen kamom, MP Janshia so enkoneni.
I think you'll be a fine chairman. Thank you. Time is so I'm on trouble, man.
Bagio. Bagio, mammy, when mammy. Me brap when we didn't pay. They don't to mammy. Then mammy, so the my do much too much as in no bias, mamma.
Wow.
Be at the chance. But Mr. Kengia was the
okay. Oh, okay, not to Lina. Oh, I see. Who's it? What does it mean, your bed? May I wear?
No, many in the Quadia warrior.
I may away. It was a for your corner with him. I'm for Crano, or make here some cocoa plus. So good is too for good cocoa. No, will be a nutrient in Amaning the year. For cocoa plus on 0501 576589. 0501576589.
Kwesi ko ebusiafo no nsia na ebefa akonwe na eje ye huru papa mo huru ntoa so mo fie mu mo mro no so mo nwuma mba bi amowo amanyo de ye man enti na kana amanyo no obi a kire na dwon ka benkum no ya kanifa enye ntokwa na ye nyina esesa adwene na o my Ghana fa ne ntome pefra ene ye de midweek de no atsi na me ya adom no de ye nkwache ya ekina ye besan aba ne ye ne mo abesom enuanom ye no ye adwuma ya no pay me din de Akua Asiedua me ne
Kwesi Parker well so for I'm not a bearer of bad news but PRC for their budget July 1 year they are increasing tariffs be 2.45% for electricity and our water tariffs remain unchanged so water they almost sano but electricity they are doing 2.5%. So I'm just seeing you just sent it to me. So that is the announcement. So July 1 year. I think July 1 is a holiday now. And it's a prayer, National Prayer Day. The bonfire and the amanyame. Mumpa my MVP NDC. They go on come. Almost sakra. I'm not watching. It's Thursday. I'm back with another edition of OBT. Fred and Kobia, they be my guests this morning on the show.